Hello, all my dear friends. My name is Ajay Gulati. I am an income tax officer. Plus, I am the author of Advanced Maths and Arithmetic books. Today, students, we will be dealing in the topic profit and loss. I'll be starting with the very basic concepts. I'll make sure that you get each and everything crystal clear. We'll start from the very scratch from zero level. Okay. First let me tell you what does the word profit means. What does the word loss means? See, if I go to a shop and buy something, then the price at which I purchase a thing, that is called CP, cost price. What is it? It is cost price. The price at which I purchase a thing will be my cost price. So first of all, I'll write CP. CP means cost price. Okay, now suppose I purchased a certain thing. Now I am selling that thing. When I sell that thing, I sell at a price called selling price. Selling price, that is SP. Now, if the selling price is more than the cost price, if the selling price is more than the cost price, then there is a gain. There is a gain. Okay, let's say before this year, by the end of the previous year, let's say the price of gold was, suppose I purchased gold, okay, 10 gram gold. I purchased 10 gram gold, okay, my CP was 40,000. Okay, now because of this corona, whenever there is an emergency or there is a very big financial crisis, then the price of gold always inflates. It becomes too high. So I can say, now if I sell that gold, currently the price of gold is 50,000 rupees. Currently the price of gold is 50,000 rupees. So this is the profit. So now there is a profit in such a case if I sell that gold. And what is the profit? Profit is SP minus CP. This is the profit. Correct? If I sell this gold, how much? 50,000 minus 40,000. So my profit will be 10,000. This is my profit. K means kilo. Kilo means 1,000. Okay. So if I sell this gold right now, 10 gram gold which I purchased in December last year, I'll be selling this at a profit of 10,000. Only 10 gram gold. Getting it, dear students? Only means 1 gram gold I made a profit of 1,000 rupees. So profit is 10k. So far clear. Now the next thing is profit percent. Profit percent. What is the profit percent? Profit percent is profit. Profit is always calculated on CP. Loss is also calculated on CP. Profit upon CP into 100. Okay. So this I can say, what is my profit? My profit is 10,000. What is my CP? 40,000 into 100. Triple zero cancel, again 0 cancel, 1 by 4 into 100. Or I can say my profit is 25%. 100 by 4 means 25%. This is one basic concept. Okay, students. Now let's move to the concept of loss. When do we incur a loss? Now I'll be dealing in loss. Nobody wants it, but it happens many times. See, suppose I say I purchased a shop in a nearby mall. Adjacent to my shop was a cinema hall. Okay, I have a mall nearby. In the mall there is a cinema hall, and in the close proximity of that cinema hall I purchased a shop. Now if I say I purchased the shop, CP of that particular shop, that was suppose 1 CR. 1 CR means 1 crore. Okay, let's say 100 lakhs. Although this is far beyond my work, but there's nothing bad in assuming. So I say I purchased a shop for 100 lakh rupees. Now after the corona, commercial real estate has declined so pathetically now. Prices have slashed down like anything. Then I'll say the SP of shop now. You all are aware now all those things which were there, in which there was flock, there used to be crowd. The prices have slashed down because those things aren't running. They are absolutely shut down right now. Cinema halls might open soon, but for the timing they won't be operational at the previous scale. Okay, so SP of shop. What is the SP of? Let's say the price falls to 60 lakhs. The price falls to 60 lakhs. 60 lakhs. So when there is a gain, or I can say profit here, CP is greater than SP. So what I'll say, there is a loss. There is a loss. If CP is more than SP, then there is a loss. And what is the loss percent? Loss is how much? Loss is equal to CP minus SP, and I can say 100 lakhs was my CP minus 60 lakhs. Okay, I'm putting lakhs over here. So I can say this is 40 lakhs is my loss. And if I need to calculate the loss percentage, then it will be loss upon CP into 100. This much will be the percentage. Let's put down the values. What is the loss? Loss is 40 lakh. Upon CP was 100 lakh. L means lakh, okay? Into 100. L to L cancel. 100 cancel. I can say there is a loss of 40%. The loss which I bear is 40%. This is one thing. I have explained to you the basic concept of profit and loss. What does the word profit means? What does the word loss means? We will move to a bit higher level of examples after this. You can take a screenshot of this if you want. I'm getting a side. Fine. Now let's move to some questions. Basic examples, some more examples actually. So let's consider some more examples of profit and loss. Suppose I say I purchase a watch. I am a shopkeeper. I purchase a watch. The CP of my watch is 400 rupees. Okay. Now if I sell it at 560 rupees, then what is my profit? And what is my profit percent? And what is the profit percent? This I need to calculate. So first of all, what is my profit? Profit is SP minus CP. I can very easily say 560 minus 400. This will give me how much profit? 160 rupees is my profit in this case. Now if I need to find profit percentage, then it will be profit over the CP. What is CP? CP into 100. It makes sense, and I hope it is very easy. I cancel these two zeros. 4 cancel by 160 will give me 40. So what I get is a 40. There will be a percentage sign over here. A 40% profit is what I make. I hope it makes sense. All this is clear to all of you. Suppose I say I purchase a toy. I'm a shopkeeper again. I purchase a toy at a cost price of 500 rupees. What should be my selling price if I make a profit of 22%? Okay, so if the profit is 22%, profit is always 22%. Profit is always calculated on CP. So I'll say profit is 22% of CP. So 22% of CP. What is CP? 500. I'll cancel these two zeros. 22 into 5 will give me what? 110. Now what is the selling price? Selling price is CP plus profit. CP plus profit. What is now this CP plus profit? 500 plus 110. This will give me 660 rupees. This is my SP. Okay, I have taken two examples of profit. Now I'll be moving to loss. let's consider a scenario where we incur some loss. Nobody wants to incur any sort of loss, but this is the fact of life. There are many losses in life. I'm not discussing all those, but fine. Suppose I say, again, I am a shopkeeper. I'm a fruit vendor, let's say. That is a very easy thing. I'm a fruit vendor because uh, after this corona, the streets are like flocked with fruit vendors because there's no profession left. This is the most easiest one. I say, suppose I purchase apple. The cost price of my apples is 200 rupees per kg. Okay. Now when I go to sell them, unfortunately for the first day or for the first 2 days, there was too much rain and I couldn't sell them. Now when I enter into the market, nobody is willing to pay me anything like 200 or something more than 200. Suppose I have to sell it for 150 rupees per kg. Okay. Suppose I sell them for 150 rupees, then what is profit or loss? Since CP is more than SP, there is a loss. And what is the loss? Loss is selling cost price minus selling price. That gives me 200 minus 150, or I can say 50 rupees loss. This is my loss, and I need to calculate loss percentage. What will be the loss percentage? I incurred a loss of 50 over my cost price of 200 into 100. I can say this is 4 and 4 cancel with 100 will give me 25. So loss percentage is equal to 25% loss. Again, all this must be clear to all of you. I have very limited space, but still I'll try to do one more question in this space. I should be using a different pen so that you can easily figure out the chain difference. I take a new pen, okay. Let's say I purchase something. CP, I purchased a particular thing. The cost price of that was 800. Okay. My loss percentage is given as 20%. Now, what is my selling price? You need to calculate this. So selling price is what? Selling price is actually CP minus loss. CP is what? 800. And what is my loss? Dear friends, loss is always calculated on CP. So we have a 20% of 800. This is basically, I'm doing the questions in a bit lengthy way. Now I'll tell you how to solve them very fast. Just let me finish this thing. 800 minus this. So this becomes 800, 00 cancel, minus 160. So that way I can say my selling price is equal to 800 minus 160. This is my selling price. The selling price is equal to 640 rupees. You got this? I'm very sure you must have got this. Now I have cleared all the basics. Now I'll take you to the next higher level. Next level. What next level? Not the next level of questions, but the next level of calculations. I have been doing all this very patiently to enable you to grasp the full concept. Now what I'll be doing is I'll be enabling you to do these things faster without writing each of these things. Okay, I'll rub this, I'll wipe this off. You can have a screenshot if you want, and I'm starting again. So students, let's now proceed to direct calculations. Suppose I say I purchase a thing for a cost price C. Okay, now I want to sell it at 20% profit. How will I do that? See, cost price is C. I want to sell it at 20% profit. So what will be my SP? SP will be this cost price plus 20% of the cost price. This is profit. SP is what? SP is actually CP plus profit. So cost plus profit. So I'm writing cost plus profit. But next time onwards, I won't be doing this thing. This is 0.20C, or I can say 1.2C. It is clear to everyone? Yes, it must be clear to all of you. Now, what I observe is if my profit is 20%, profit is 20%, then my selling price would be what? Directly 1.2 times the C, or I can say 1.20 C, but I will be writing it as 1.2 C only. If my profit is equal to 30%, then what I'll say, my sales price will be what? 1.3 C. That's all. If my profit is equal to 25%, my selling price will be what? 1.25 times the cost price. If my profit is equal to 33.333%, then my selling price will be 1.333333 C, like this. Okay, if my profit is equal to 55%, then what will be the selling price? Selling price will be, if the CP is X, then the selling price will be 55% extra, that is 1.55. So after this one, whatever is there in the two decimal places, that is my profit. Okay, if I say my profit is equal to 100%, my dear student, then the selling price will be what? 1.100. No, it will be 2. How come 2? See, I'll explain it to you. What is the selling price? Selling price is profit plus CP. CP plus profit. What is my CP? My CP is C. What is my profit? My profit is 100% of C. So this becomes C plus C, or I can say 2C. If I say my profit is 125%, then my SP will be what? 2.25C. Okay, one thing. This is clear to all of you, I hope. I'm very sure this must be clear to all of you. Again, I move ahead. Next thing. Now let's discuss a few cases in which there is a loss. Or should I take a few examples? Let's take a few examples. Let's say my cost price is equal to 800 and my profit is equal to 30%. Then what is my selling price? My selling price will be 1.3 times the C, or 1.3 times the 800 value. Getting it? 1.3 times 800, it will give me what? How do I multiply 1.13 into 8? You can say 1040. 13 into 8, 104, 1 decimal and 1 0. You can do this, huh? If I say my cost price is 550 rupees, okay, and my profit is equal to 20%, then what is my selling price? Directly I'll say 1.2 into 550. For the sake of convenience, I'll write this 1.2 as 6 by 5. What is 20% profit means? 20% profit means I bought a thing for 100 rupees and now I am selling it at 120. This is 120%. Okay, 120%. So this I can be written as 6 by 5 into 550. This is 110. So this becomes 660. This is my selling price. I take one more example, my dear students. Okay, next example. If I say I purchased the article for rupees 2400, is this color visible? Yeah, this is visible. I purchased the article for rupees 2400 and my profit is equal to 25%. Then what is the selling price? Selling price will be directly 1.25 into 2400. Those of there are, you can also write it as 5 by 4. 120, 1.25, 125 by 100. You can say 2400. This will give me 600. 5 into 600 is equal to 3000 rupees. This is my selling price. Okay. Very clear to all of you? Yes, it must be clear to all of you. Now I move ahead. Let me take one or two more examples. Okay. I am rubbing this off first. Now let's take a few basic examples of loss. Okay. Suppose I say my cost price was rupees 900 and while selling I incurred a loss of 20%. Then what is my SP? SP is what, dear students? SP is CP minus loss. Loss is always calculated on CP. Profit is also calculated on CP. So 900 minus 20% of 900. Now what does the word 20% of 900 mean? The word 20% of 900 means I'll write 20 per, this is 20, this is per, this is cent of 900. Double zero cancel. 20 into 9, 180. So this is 900 minus 180, or I can say 720. This makes sense? Yes, it makes sense. So now, but I did a small mistake. I actually did not intend to do this. What I intend to do was, I did calculate it. I should not have calculated. Minus 20% of 900, or I can say 90 minus 0.2 into 900. If I take 900 common, then what I'm left with is 1 minus 0.2, 900 into 0.8. This is what I wanted to explain to you. 20% loss means after 0 I'll write 80. Okay, if I say my CP is C and my loss is equal to 30%, then my SP will be equal to what? 0.7C or 70C. Clear hai? If my loss is equal to 23%, then my SP will be equal to 0. What is 100 minus 23? 77. So 0.77C. If I say my loss is 42%, it clearly means my SP will be 0.100 minus 42 is 58. 58. So 0.58C. Clear to all of you, dear students? Yes, it must be clear. Okay. 0.58C. Do I need to take some more example? My loss is equal to 59%. Then what will be my selling price? Selling price will be 0.41C. Okay. If I say my loss is equal to, if my loss is equal to 102%, so that will be very foolish of me. Loss can never be more than 100%. Okay. So don't ever do this mistake of even thinking it. It's actually not possible. There won't be any such question in exam. So the thing is, loss can maximum be 100%. In such a case, the selling price will be 0. At whatever price you purchase, you bought a thing, you purchased a thing, you sell it, you give it at free of cost, then there will be a loss of 100%. Okay. I hope this is clear. Now let's take some more examples. Now I'll take double triple examples. What are double triple examples? I'll show it to you very soon. I have explained to you concept of loss. I say my cost price is 960. I took an example. Okay, 960. If my loss is equal to 10%, then what will be my selling price? My selling price will be 960 into 0.9, or I can say 96 into 9. This is easy to multiply. 9 into 6 is 54. 5 carry 9 into 9, 81. 81 plus 5 is 864. This is the way you do it. Okay. Clear? Yes, it must be clear to all of you. My cost price is equal to 700. My loss is equal to 20%. Then directly my SP will be 0.8 into 700, or I can say 560. You can multiply this thing. This is nothing tough. My cost price is 1200. My loss is equal to 30%. Then in such a case, what I'll do? My selling price will be directly 1200 into 0.70, as I told you earlier. 12 into 7 is 84. 1 0 cancel with decimal. This becomes 840. You have got this. Now few more examples. Okay. Say I take complex things like 2-3 things at a time. A factory produces an article, let's say for 500 rupees. This is the price for the factory. Okay. The factory sells it to the shopkeeper at 20% profit, and the shopkeeper sells it to the customer or retailer at 30% profit. I did percentage yesterday by this method also. What will be my end result? What I'll do is I'll multiply this 500 into 20% profit directly means 1.2, as I told you earlier. If you are not grasping it easily, just go back, rewind the video and watch the previous part. I told you just now 1.2, then 30% profit means 1.3. 3. This will be my final selling price. Or I can say 5 into 12 into 13. Or I can say 60 into 13. 30 into 6 is 780. 78. Then there is 0 to 780. Clear to all of you. Okay. If I say a manufacturer produces a commodity for 600 rupees, he sells it to his customer at a profit of 20%. Let's say his customer is a shopkeeper. Again, the shopkeeper sells it to the customer or the retailer at a profit of 25%. What is the final price? See how to do it. You can write it 600 into 1.2 into 1.25, whatever is easy to you. That I'm leaving it entirely upon you. Or you can directly say 600. You can do this multiplication if you want. 1.2 is, I know, 6 by 5 and 1.25 is 5 by 4. So here the calculation becomes a bit easy. 600 into 6 will give me 3600. Divided by 4, I can say this value will be 900. I hope this is clear to all of you. Okay, all my dear students, just copy this part. Take a screenshot if you are willing to. I'll be moving ahead. Let's look at one or two more composite examples, then I move on to the practice questions. Okay. See, suppose I say I buy a thing for, let's say, 1200. Now, there are by any chance, once there is a profit of the other, and the second time there is a loss. The factory cost price for the factory is 1200. The factory sells it to a shopkeeper at a profit of, let's say, 20%. Okay. Upside means profit. The shopkeeper got the product damage in his shop only. There was some damage to the product while the product was kept in the store. So he had to sell it at a loss of 25%. How much did the customer pay? So how to solve these questions directly? For the factory, the CP was 1200. I multiply this by 1.2 and then I multiply this by 0.75. Now it is entirely up to you how to deal with this, how you do this calculation. You can say 1200 into 1.2 into 0. 1.2 is like 4 by 6 by 5, or you can let it be 1.2 only. This you can write as 3 by 4. You cancel this 4 by 1.2, you will get 0.3. Now what you are left with is 1200 into 0.9. One decimal you can remove, make it 120 by 9. 120 into 9. 120 into 9 is what? 1080. This is one question. Okay. This is the concept which I wanted to explain. In one thing only, there is a profit as well as a loss. So like here you are multiplying with a bigger number greater than 1. Here you are multiplying by a number which is smaller than 1. Now I am moving on to your previous year questions which have been asked in your CLAT exam. Okay. CLAT 2013 question. By selling a cycle for rupees 2345, a student loses 19%. His cost price is nearly, look, there is a loss of 19%. How to deal with this question? When there is a loss of 19%, what I'll say, SP will be what? If I remove 19%, it is remaining is 81%. I can say 0.81 into CP. This SP is given to us as 2345. Okay, is equal to 0.81 CP. 0.81 CP. I need to find the approximate value, students. If I need to find the approximate value, can I cancel this with 9? No, I can't cancel this with 9. 0.81, what does it mean? 0.81 means I can say I'm writing this almost equal to, okay, 0.8 into CP. 0.8 means what? 4 by 5. So 4 by 5 of cost price. Now it will make things easy. We need to find the approximate value. What I am doing, we need approximate value. I'll write this 2345 as 2344. Why? Because this will be divisible by 4 now. any number, the last two digits are divisible by 4, then the number is divisible by 4. Okay, so now I cancel this and this. 4, 23, it comes 5, 34, 8, 2 remaining 24, 6. So the CP is near about 586 into 5. Can you do this multiplication, my dear students? I hope you can do it. 5 into 6, 30, 0, 3 carry. 5 into 58, can you do it verbally? 290. 290 and 3 carry, 2930. Do we have any such option? This is close to. The options are very far apart, 3000, 4000, 5000, so much. Okay, so the CP will be equal to 3, approximately equal to 3000. We were asked only approximate value. Okay, for those of you who have a bit of logic now, they can very easily solve this question without even calculating. Options are very far apart. Those who understand a bit of calculation, they will very easily do it. Why? The SP is 0.81 CP, or I can say 4/5 of CP. If I look at the options, the smallest option, let's say start with 3000. So what is 3000? It's 4/5. Anyone could do it. This is 600. This is 2400. Getting my point, dear students. This is 2400. What we were asked, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is close to 2400. So this is my answer. 3000 approximate value. I've done it so easily. I'll move to the next question now. Next question. A single discount equal to a series discount of 15% and 5%. Since looking at the option, I can very easily tell you the answer is 19.25%. I will tell you how. First, I will do this in detail, then I'll tell you how to do this verbally just by looking at the options. This particular question can be solved just by looking at the options. There are two discounts, 15% and 5%. We need to tell these two discounts combined together is equal to one discount of what? See, let's say I purchase the article for 100 rupees, or let's say 10,000 rupees. Okay, I give a discount of first 15%. If I give a discount of 15%, at what price would I be selling the article? I'll be selling it at 85%. It makes sense? Yes, it makes sense. Then I give a discount of 5%. Now I'm selling it at 95%. 0000. A thing which I initially procured for rupees 1000. Okay, a thing which I procured for 1000 rupees. Now I am selling it 0000 cancel, 0000 cancel, 85 into 95. How will I do this calculation verbally? 85 into 95 can be read as 90 minus 5, A minus B. 90 plus 5, A plus B. This is 90 square minus 5 square, or 8100 minus 5 square is 25. This becomes 8025. Does it make sense? Yes, it makes sense. So my answer is, this is not my answer. This is 8025 is my selling price. Okay, 1000 rupees thing I'm selling at this. So discount, how much discount did I offer? How much discount did I offer? I can say 1000, 10,000, 8025, or I can say 198175. Sorry, did I mistake? 8075. This is, how could I do such a mistake? This is 8075, 8075. I hope so far it is clear to all of you. So this 00 minus 75 is 25. Okay, then 101 carried over here, 99, 99 minus 80 is 1925. Okay, so this is 1925 rupees discount on a thing which I bought for 10,000. If I need to calculate the discount percentage, what I'll do, on 10,000 I offer a discount of 1925. If I need to convert this into percentage, 0000 cancel, this is 19.25%. Oh my dear Lord, yes, there is one such option. That is the answer. This is one way. Students, now I need to tell you how to do this question verbally. See students, first thing, if there are two successive discounts, like I say, one is 15, the other is 5. What is the sum of these two discounts? The sum of these two discounts is 20. If there are two successive discounts, so the actual discount will be a bit less than 20. Always, it can never be 20, it can never be more than 20, it will be a little less than 20. How many options are there which are a bit less than 20? See, first of all, one discount is 15. So after 15, I am giving some more discount. So the total discount will be more than 15. Definitely more than 15 and less than 15 plus 5, 20. So the answer will lie in a range between 15 to 20, but none of these. Neither this can be the answer, neither this can be the answer. Answer will be somewhere in between these two. So if I look at all the options, none of the options satisfies. I'm left with only one option, that is 19.25. I hope it is clear to all of you. I'll take this concept into more details. Just give me a minute. Now students, I'll take this concept. Let's discuss the successive discounts concept. Okay, whenever we say we provide 2 or 3 discounts simultaneously, then what happens? Suppose I say first I provide a discount of 20%, down means discount, okay, then I provide a discount of 30%. Then what is the actual discount? See students, it is very similar to successive things. I told you yesterday in percentages concept, what is successive? Final change is successive. Discount means what? It is actually negative. So what is my first value? A is 20, I'll write it as minus 20%. B is 30 discount, so I'll write it as B is equal to minus 30. Clear to everyone? Yes, it is clear to everyone. So now I say a total, if I need to find final discount, what will be the final discount? So this final discount will be A plus B plus AB by 100, but I need to be careful. These values, put the values as it is. Like A is negative, so I'll put minus 20. B I'll put minus 30 plus minus 20 into minus 30 upon 100. AB I'm putting as negative. What this is minus 50 plus these negative will multiply, will become positive. 0 0 0 0 cancel, plus 6, so my final discount is minus 44%, or I can say 44% discount. I told you in the previous question, students. Okay, I told you in the previous question, if you add 2 discounts if you give 2 discounts successively, the net result, the net discount will be less than the sum of these two. That is it will be less than 20 plus 30. It will be less than 20 plus 30. That will be less than 50. I see my discount is 44%. Okay. This is one thing. I'll come back to this thing again. But if I say there are 2 increments, let's say first there is an increment of 20% and then there is an increment of 30%. Then what will be the final change? Final increment will be how much? Final here A is equal to plus 20 and B is equal to plus 30. A is plus 20, B is equal to plus 30. Here how much will be the increase? Here if I put the formula A plus B plus AB by 100. If I put this formula, then what I will get, dear students? Look, A is positive 20, B is positive 30 plus 20 into 30 by 100, or I can say here it will be 50 plus. Here it was 50, there was change in this nature. This was minus 50, this was plus 60 plus 6. Opposite nature. Here the nature is same. 50 plus 6, 56% increase. What I intend to explain to you, dear students, if there is a discount series, then the net result will be less than sum of these two. If there is an increment series, then the net result will be greater than the sum of these two. Okay, just think about it. In many a times when we see in the marketplaces, in the malls, there is a sale of 50% plus 50%. If I just add to discount, this is like 100%. They are saying just come and take away. No need to pay. Is it possible? What does it mean? It means once you offer a discount of 50%, see, suppose the article was 100 rupees. Okay, if you offer a 50% discount, that means you have taken half away. You have given a rebate of half. How much price is the remaining? This is half. You again offer a 50% discount. Then again, whatever the remaining price, you charge half for that. Okay, so this is like 100 by 4 or 25%. This is the final value. This is final value. Discount is how much? Discount is actually 100 rupees thing. You are offering for 25%, means you are giving it a 75%. discount one thing. The second thing I want you is, I want you to put a value minus 50, and then you calculate. Or should I do it? I am doing it. A plus B plus AB by 100. Okay. So A is minus 50. B is again minus 50. Plus minus 50. Minus 50. Oh my god, this should be visible. Yes, it is visible. Divided by 100. So this is minus 100. 0, 0 cancel, 0, 0 cancel, minus, minus, plus. This is plus 25. So finally I get minus 75%, or I can say 75% is the discount which I am offering at my shop when I claim that I am giving a 50 plus 50% discount. Does it make sense to all of you? Yes, it must be making some sense. You all would be getting it. Should I move ahead? Yeah, I know you are saying thank you, we are getting bored. Few more questions, then I'll leave. Naresh bought a bicycle, each for his two sons. Each bicycle priced at rupees 3500. If the first bicycle is sold at a profit of 5%, then how much should be the other bicycle be sold to gain a total of 20% on both? It's a bit contradictory. Like he's saying he bought the bicycles for his two children. Now he wants to make the profit. So the question is whether he bought them for the children or did he buy them for selling, making a profit. Anyways, leave it. So the thing is, he bought two cycles for rupees 3500. Okay, let's say the first cycle 3500, second cycle also 3500. Clear? This was his total expenditure. What was his total expenditure? His total expenditure is 7000. Now we are being asked, the fellow Naresh wants to make a total profit of 20%, that is plus 20%. 20%, students, remember, is 1 by 5. What does the word 20% means? 20% means 1 by 5. He wants to make a profit of 20%. 1 by 5, that is, what is 1 by 5 of this? 1 by 5 of this is 1400. Okay, so the thing is, he sold the thing for 8400. In nutshell, he got 8400. He wanted this much amount. Now, the first cycle he sold at profit of 5%. What is 5% of 35? 175. See, 5% of 3500 is 0000 cancel. 5 into 35 will give me 175. He sold this for 175. You can directly solve this. Look. Okay, this is 175. So what was the total profit, dear students? Total profit was 1400. Out of 1400, 175 has been extracted from here. Out of 1400, 175 has been extracted from here. I need not even calculate this. Okay. So how much profit should I be making on this now? I will tell you two methods. Okay. This one method and one more method. 175 plus something gives me 1400. So what is this particular value? If this becomes 1225. 175 plus 1225 is equal to 1400. That means on this part, the second cycle, he made a profit of 1225 rupees. Now I need to find profit percent profit. Hai? Now I need to find how much profit percent did he make. So how will I do that? 1225 divided by, he wanted to make a net profit of 25%. 1225 divided by 3500 into 100 percentage wise na. Getting this on the second article, he made a profit of 1225. 1225 converted into percentage out of 3500. So this will give me this 0000 cancel. Now let's cancel this by 5. If I cancel this by 5, I'll get 7. Let's cancel this by 5. First of all 12, then 2, 22, 4, 25, 5. 245 is it cancelled? Yes. 7 cancelled by 245 will give me 210 plus 35, that is 35%. So my profit is 35% if you calculate it in a detailed manner. This is your answer. Now I tell you one other example. See, dear students, this is like reverse alligation process. What happens is, if you have two quantities which have equal selling price. Okay, on one you are making a profit of 5%. Net result is profit is 20%. See, what is the difference over here? If you subtract this from it, this difference is 15. This difference is how much? 15. So here also the difference will be 15. This you need to keep in mind. The thing is, both the thing have same value, like 3500, 3500. The net result will lie in between those two values. The net result is 20% profit. So this is 15 more. If you come from here to here, you are adding 15. From here to here, you are again adding 15. It will be 35%. You can directly say this thing. Okay, so the answer is 35%. You can calculate it by any method you want to. I hope it makes sense. It is clear to all of you. Let's move ahead. A shop gives 15% discount on the purchase of a TV if paid for in cash immediately. If paid for in cash immediately, a further discount of 12% is given. If the marked price is rupees 1500, what is the price of the TV if cash purchase is made? I need to tell how much would I pay if I purchase it for cash. See, first of all, the marked price of TV is 1500. Okay, this is clear to everyone. Now what happens is, there is a discount of 15%. When there is a discount of 15%, so that means the TV is available for 85%. But instead of buying it on credit basis, if I purchase it on a cash basis, I'll further get a discount of 12%. So how much will I be paying? 88%. Okay, clear? This thing I can write as, if I cancel by 5, this becomes 17, this becomes 20. So far clear? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now what I'm left with is 15 into 17. 2 cancel with 88, give me 44. Okay, into 4 into 11. Why I am doing this? Because I love to multiply by 11 separately. It makes things easy. 15 into, I am very sorry my dear student, this is 17. Okay, this is 17. How to do 15 into 17? Read it as 16 minus 1, 16 plus 1, 16 square minus 1 square. 256 minus 1 will give me 255 into 4 into 11. How to do this multiplication? This I'll be getting as a final price. Okay, cash payment. This much I will do in the cash payment. 255 into 4 into 11. Let's read it 250 plus 5. 250 multiplied by 4, 1000. 5 multiplied by 4, 20. 1020. 1020 into 11. Okay, now what I'll do? 0 as it is. Any number multiplied by 11 is very easy. How come? First of all, write this 2. Then 2 plus 0, 2. Then 0 plus 1, 1. Then 1 separately. 1120. This is the final price. Is there any such option? Yes, option 3 is your answer. I hope it is clear. It makes sense to all of you. Thank you, students. Let's move to the next question. I hope all of you are understanding it very easily. A bookseller sold a box of 10 pencils for rupees 80 and incurred a loss. See, let's say this was some SP. SP was 80. There was some CP, let's say C. So this C is more than 80. So I can say this much is the loss. Getting it? This much is the loss. Now, had he sold it for rupees 98, his gain would have been twice the loss he incurred earlier. This is, let's say, SP1. Now I say SP2. Okay. This SP2 is 98. Now there is a profit. We are being told there is a profit. Now this profit is, just think about it. This is the profit. We are told that this profit is double of the loss. This profit is double of the loss. So let's say if this value is X, then this value will be what? 2X. Okay. And this gap is how much? This gap is 18. There are many such questions asked in the exam, in various types of exam. This is X, this is 2X, then this is X. But this total is 3X. So this 3X is equal to 18. So I can say X is equal to 6. Okay, x is equal to 6 means the CP was 80 plus x, 80 plus 6, that is the C is 86. What are we actually asked? The cost price of the box of pencil is 86. Option number B is your answer. I hope this is clear to you and it makes sense. Let's move ahead. One more question, fast. Now, very important type of question. This is genuinely asked everywhere, and I'll tell you a very good, easy method for solving these sort of questions. If selling price of 10 articles is equal to the cost price of 11 articles, then the gain is, students, whenever it is given a selling price of these many articles is equal to the cost price of these many articles, of cost price of these many articles is equal to selling price of these articles, always consider that particular article to be orange, and a orange is available in Nagpur for 1 rupee. Getting it? So you can think of the article as orange, which cost price of one orange is 1 rupee. This is our main funda. Cost price of one article 1 rupee. That is all we require. Okay. Look, if the selling price of 10 articles is equal to cost price of 11 articles, we are given selling price of 10 articles. Okay, I am assuming this is SP. SP of 10 articles is equal to cost price of 11 articles. I am assuming this. So I can say 10 selling price means S is equal to, what is the CP? I assume CP is equal to 1 rupee. This is an orange in Nagpur. Okay, orange in orange. Okay, so 10 selling price of 10 articles, 10S is equal to, what is CP? CP is 1. These questions will become so easy. Okay, so 10S is equal to 11 rupees. 10S is equal to 11 rupees, or I can say 1100. This is rupee over here, 1100 paisa. Just think about it. So what does S become? S becomes 110 paise. What is the cost price? Cost price is equal to 1 rupee or 100 paisa. So my CP was, what was my cost price? My CP was 100, my selling price is 110. So what is profit percentage? Easily I can say my profit percentage is equal to 10%. I hope it makes sense. It is clear to all of you. Okay. Should we move ahead? Yes, we should be moving ahead. Okay. Next question, also a very favorite of examiners. A dishonest shopkeeper uses a weight of 800 gram for a kg and professes to sell his goods at cost price. His profit is. Student, how to deal with such sort of question is, let's assume cardamom. Right now, a cardamom price of a cardamom is 5,000 rupees per kg. I am talking about the time when I started doing aptitude. This mathematics is called aptitude. Like around 2007-8, I started doing aptitude. So at that time it used to be 1,000 rupees per kg. So it was very easy for me to consider 1 rupee per gram. Okay, whenever a dishonest shopkeeper is there, just think about this. He is selling cardamom. 1 gram cardamom, 1 rupee. 1 kg cardamom, 1,000 rupees. Just think about this. Just do the question like this. Okay, a dishonest shopkeeper uses a weight of 800 gram for a kg and professes to sell its goods at cost price. His profit is. Now, what is he? See, what is his selling price first of all? What is his selling price? He is charging for 1 kg and he is saying that I am not making any profit. I am here for social service, or my son is getting married to Mukesh Ambani's daughter, so I don't need to make any money. I am just doing social service. Okay, so selling price, he is saying I am selling it at cost price only. I give you 1,000 gram and I will charge you 1,000 rupees for that. Okay, so what is the selling price? Selling price is 1,000 rupees. He is saying he is claiming to sell 1 kg. He is claiming to sell 1 kg. Okay. Now, what is the CP for this? Actually, he is selling how much? Actually, he is selling 800 gram. When he is actually selling 800 gram CP will be what? 800 rupees. Okay, you got this. We will do all the such questions by this method only. His profit is, we need to find his profit percent. What is the profit? The profit is equal to 200 rupees. Okay, now the main thing, what is the profit percentage? Students, don't ever do the mistake of writing this is 20% profit. Profit is calculated on the CP, so it becomes 200 over 800 into 100. Profit is calculated on the CP. What is my CP? CP is 800 rupees. Double zero cancel. 2 cancel with 8 give me 4. 4 by 100 will give me 25% profit. Okay, 25% profit. I hope it is clear to all of you. Well, then we should move ahead then. Next question again. A trader sells rice at a profit of 20% and uses weights which are 10% less than the correct weight. The total gain earned by him is, see, first of all, he is claiming to sell how much? He is, let's say he's saying that I am selling 1 kg. He is claiming to sell 1000 gram. We are dealing in cardamom again, okay? I wrote the spelling of cardamom wrong. This is cardamom. Okay, I was speaking cardamom. I don't know why I wrote it. He is claiming to sell 1000 gram, but he is actually selling. How much? He is actually selling 900 gram. Does this make sense? Okay. So what is the CP? CP is 900 rupees. Okay. Now he is claimed CP. What is the claimed CP? He is claiming that I am selling 1000 gram. This is actual CP. This is what this is. Actual CP. Okay. Claimed. What is claimed? Claimed is 1000 gram. Okay. So he is claiming 1000 gram. So that is, this is 1000 rupees is his CP. Claimed CP. Okay. Now what is the selling price? Selling price is 20% profit. He is saying that I am making 20% profit. That is, if you add plus 20%, what you will get? It becomes 1200. So far clear? Clear. So actual CP 900 rupees, actual SP 1200 rupees. What is the profit? Dear student, the profit is 1200 minus 900, that is equal to 300. What is the profit percent? Profit percent is 300 over 900. What is the CP? 900 into 100. This is the profit percentage. You can say 00 cancel. This becomes 1 by 3. 3 cancel by 100 will give me 33.33% or 33 1 by 3%, whichsoever is option. Yes, option 3 is your answer. I hope it is clear to all of you. Okay, let's move ahead. A dealer marked his goods 20% above the cost price and allows a discount of 10%, then the gain percent is. Students, always for such sort of question, assume CP is equal to 100 rupees. Okay, whenever there is a concept of markup na marked price and the final price is not given, actual price is not given, then assume CP cost price is equal to 100. You see the things will become how easy. A dealer marked his goods at 20% above the cost price. Students, what is marked price? Marked price or MP, that is labeled price. Like if I say if I purchase a blazer, if I purchase a t-shirt, then the price which is marked over here, like something which is hanging over here, a label hanging over here, there is a price on that. That is marked price or labeled price. Okay, marked price. Okay, so this marked price is, you call MP. This here is 20% more than CP, so it becomes 120. Okay, now a discount of 10%. How much is the discount? Discount is 10%. 10% means 10%, yani 1 by 10. That is 1 by 10. 1 by 10 of 10 is 12. So if I offer a discount of 12 rupees on 120, What is my selling price? My selling price is 108 rupees. Then the gain percentage up. Article which I bought for 100 rupees, I am selling it for 108. My profit percentage, you know it better than me, this is 8% profit. Yes, it makes sense. It is clear to all of you. I'm moving to the next question. Previous question asked in 2014. This similar question asked in 2017-18. The marked price of an article is 20% more than the cost price. Assume CP 100. Marked price 20% more. It becomes 120. If the article is sold at a discount of 15%, now we are offering a discount of 15%. Oh my God. How can I afford this? Okay. Now I am offering a discount of 15%. Let's see what happens. How to calculate 15%? So it's very easy. 15% is 10% plus 5%. If this is a number, what will be? It's 10%, 110, that is 12. What will be 5%? Half of 10%. Half of 10% means 12 and it's half, that is 12 plus 6, this is 18. Now I am offering a discount of 18 rupees. An article which is labeled as 120 rupees is being offered at a discount of 18 rupees. That means you are selling it for 102 rupees, 102 rupees. What is the profit percent? 2%. Clear? So profit percent is 2%. Option number D is your answer. Now the last question, very important. This is considered as a tough question, but I'll make sure that you feel that it is an easy question. Before reading the question, I'll tell you what is the concept of selling. See, a shopkeeper purchases an article. He labeled, this is a CP. On this thing, see, this is habit. This is the like price level. CP is less, marked price is more, then offer discount, selling price is somewhere in between. Okay, this is his CP. Now what does he do? He marks it. Let's say he will mark this price at a very high level. This becomes his mark price. Okay, this becomes his mark price. Now on this CP he makes some profit. When he makes some profit, what I do? I add this profit. Where does this thing reach? This thing reaches the selling price. Okay, so CP plus profit is equal to SP. I can say this thing. CP plus profit is equal to SP. And on this marked price, if I offer some discount, I again reach the selling price. So what I can say, I get the selling price by two methods. What are the two methods? Marked price or labeled price minus discount is equal to selling price. Also, if you add CP plus its profit, this is one thing. Okay, either you can do this MP minus discount is equal to CP plus profit. This is one way, but this is one way. Okay, if you know the values, you can put it direct. You can put these values directly like this. But what I do is, the way I told you, how do we do these multiplications? I told you to multiply these things. How do we do that? See, suppose I say this mark price is 150 rupees. Okay, I offer a 20% discount. Discount is 20%. And the CP is, let's say, 100 rupees. And the profit is 20%. How do I solve these things? Whenever we offer a discount of 20%, what I do mark price into 20% discount means I'm multiplying it by 0.8. This is my method. Mark price multiplied by the value after discount is equal to cost price multiplied by, this is 20% profit, so I'll do 1.2. Like this. Okay. You can check both ways, you will get the same value. What is mark price? 150. 150 into 0.8 will give you 120. Cost price is 100. 100 into 1.2 will give you what? 120. Okay. This is the methodology which we use. The thing is, a marked price into the value which is left after discount, cost price into the value which is increased after the profit. Now let's come to this question. A dealer buys an article for 380. What is the CP? CP is 380. Like on the right hand side I write CP into profit, on the left hand side I write mark price into discount, the value after discount. What price should he mark so that after allowing a discount of 5% he still makes a profit of 25% on the article? Look, let's say marked price is M. He offers a discount of 5%, that means he's selling at 95%. Okay, mark price minus 5%, that is 95%, is equal to cost price. What is the cost price? 380. Now after this cost price he's selling at he's making a profit of 25%. When he's making a profit of 20%, 25%, that is CP plus profit. CP into 1.25, CP into 1.25, or I'm writing 125% because I will cancel these hundreds. Okay, so from next time you even need not write this hundreds. 5% discount 95, 25% profit 125. Now the good thing is 95 can easily cancel 380. Why? 95 into 4 is 380. So what is your marked price now? Marked price is 4 into 125. You can very easily do the calculation. This is 500 rupees. Thank God all the questions of previous year are over. Your class is over. I hope each of you have got understood each and everything. That's all for today from my side. Tomorrow I'll meet you again with a new topic. All the very best, dear students. Keep on studying, study hard, crack your exam in the very first attempt. All the best. Good night. Bye.